Hello traders, you are welcome back to the Forex Geek channel. This particular lesson is all about the ICT Swing Trading Strategy. All right, it's a powerful approach that uses smart money concepts to capture bigger moves on higher time frames. All right, swing trading is about holding trades for days or even weeks, and the ICT framework gives us the tools to understand how institutions drive these larger market shifts. Okay, so instead of reacting to short-term noise, swing traders focus on structure, liquidity, and key zones where price is most likely to turn. Okay, the foundation of this strategy is liquidity, right? Liquidity builds up at obvious levels. Okay, liquidity builds up at obvious levels, such as equal highs, equal lows, trend line touches, and round numbers. So institutions know where retail traders place their stop losses, and they use this liquidity as fuel for their larger moves. On the daily or the 4-hour charts, these liquidity pools often mark the beginning of major swings. All right. The next piece of the puzzle is the stop hunt. Okay, before institutions commit to a swing move, price often sweeps above or below a key level to take out liquidity. This manipulation tricks many traders into thinking that the market is breaking out, right? When in reality, it is preparing for a reversal. So recognizing these sweeps is crucial to understanding swing setups. So now, after liquidity is taken, you can see what happened here. Can you see that this was actually a support zone? You can see this is a touch here. Can you see that this level was actually respected? It was respected here, and respected here again. But guess what? This particular time, there was a false breakout. Now, some persons might have entered the buy trade here, maybe set their stop loss just below here. Can you see that if we are going to extend this line, you can see that this particular zone, you can see that this particular level, there have been multiple touches. You can see here again, there was a false breakout here again. Can you see that? So now this particular level now is a level where many traders might have considered setting stop losses for their buy trades, and you can see how this was an opportunity to grab liquidity. This was another opportunity to grab liquidity. Okay, so the next piece of the puzzle is the stop hunt, and these are examples, right, where price goes to jam stop losses and then reverses back in the original direction. So recognizing these sweeps is crucial to understanding swing setups. After liquidity is taken, we have to look for other blocks. All right, these are the last bullish or bearish candles before a strong market move. Okay, because in some cases you will find price grab liquidity and test an order block, although that's not exactly what we can see happen here. Okay, but let me see if I can find such an example. All right, there are situations whereby liquidity will be grabbed and the next thing price will do is to go into an order block zone or perhaps a fair value gap zone. Okay, and then of course on higher time frame, order blocks are even more powerful because they represent institutional footprints on a larger scale. So when price revisits an order block zone, it often signals the beginning of a swing. All right. For example, had it been we had an order block zone around here and maybe price grabbed liquidity and tapped into that order block zone, it would have been a good signal to look for a buy trade. Another important element is the fair value gap, also known as an imbalance. Because you know, these gaps form when the price moves too aggressively in one direction without properly testing both sides of the market. So on the daily or the 4-hour charts, fair value gaps act as magnets where price is likely to return before continuing its swing move. And you will notice that we actually had a fair value gap around here, because you can see that there was a space. Look at this particular momentum candle, right? This particular candle, see the strong bullish momentum. So there was actually a fair value gap between here and here, right? You can see there was actually a fair value gap, and you will see that price actually came to fill that gap. You can see here at this particular zone, you can see that price actually came to fill that gap. You can see here again, right? Although I wish we had a very good order block example. I would have also loved to show you an order block example. All right. Now, if I'm going to use this, we had a break of structure around here, right? Because you can see price made higher high, right? And it went above the previous high, right? So in that case, there was a break of structure, and we actually had, I think we can use this as an example, because we actually had, if we are looking at the last bearish candle before that, then we're going to be having this. All right, even though we can't use this as a good example because price did not tap into it, but it's just for the purpose of explanation, right? So after you see price grab liquidity, the next thing to do is to look out for fair value gap or order block around that zone where liquidity was grabbed. Okay, because price is likely to return to that zone before continuing its swing move. So now let's put this into a step-by-step swing trading process. You start with the higher time frames, you know, like the daily or 4-hour charts, and then you mark your liquidity zones such as equal highs, equal lows, or consolidation ranges. Then you wait for price to sweep those zones, okay, creating a stop hunt that takes out liquidity. Identifying nearby order blocks or fair value gaps that align with the sweep. These zones act as confirmation for potential swing entries. Then you can actually decide to drop down to a lower time frame, maybe like the 1 hour or 15 minutes, to refine your entry. This one now is if you want to get maybe a precise entry. Okay, you can go to a lower time frame, you know, to refine your entry after the higher time frame setup is in place. Then you manage your trades by focusing on the next major liquidity pools on the higher time frame, since this often acts as targets for institutional moves. So this approach ensures that swing traders don't chase random moves. Instead, they align their trades with institutional footprints and clear market structure. Before we wrap up, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if this breakdown helped you. It is the best way to stay updated with new strategy videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you applied the ICT Swing Trading Strategy to your charts yet? That is it for this lesson, guys, on the ICT Swing Trading Strategy. Focus on liquidity, higher time frame order blocks, and fair value gaps, and you'll start to see the structure behind major market moves. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.